Come.
How's it going, everyone? Today, I'm starting a new indie game review series on my channel. So if you like this kind of content or you like the reviews, let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any indie games that you would like me to review, I am looking for more. I would like to play smaller ones as well as larger ones. So regardless of the indie game, let me know what it is. I would love to give a review on it. Also, I go live on Twitch every night. This is where I get all this gameplay. If you want to check out my Twitch, I usually go live at about 5 p.m. Sometimes later if I have class. But 5 p.m. is generally the time that I'll be live and where you'll find me. If you watch, you can also get channel points to do things in the Twitch chat. You can make noises, you can make me drink, you can make me cosplay if you save enough. It's kind of up to you. So if you want to come check out the Twitch stream, come check me out, link in description. Also, there is a Discord link in the description as well. If you want to join that, that'll always tell you when I go live, just so you don't miss a stream. But yeah, also make sure to like, comment, subscribe on the video, all that. Let me know if you disagree with the reviews, let me know if you agree with me on the reviews, or you just think my voice doesn't match my face. I have gotten significantly more comments stating that I sound like a 12-year-old boy or a girl. That's fine. I'm just amazed at how many I've gotten. I think my friends are gaslighting me because they all say I sound normal. But anyways, regardless, let's get into the review. So before we begin, I'm going to explain real quickly what these videos are going to look like. So first, I'm going to be having a general overview of the game where I explain like the developer, the price, the Steam ratings, things like that, just to give you a general idea of what the game is and about. Next, we'll be rating the individual parts of the game. So like plot, music, graphics, just that way you kind of get like a feel of like how good each part of it is. And lastly, we'll be going over the overall final grade. So essentially what I think everything combined is, the game in its entirety, with general opinions, like specific likes and dislikes of the game that really didn't fit into the specific ratings that I still want to talk about that I think are good about the game as a whole. So to begin, let's jump into the overview of the game. So to start, the title of the game is Sheepy, a Short Adventure. Was developed by Mr. Suicide Sheep, funny enough, and was released on February 6th, 2024. Has over 11,000 reviews on Steam with an overwhelmingly positive rating. So it's obviously a pretty well-received game. And it's also free. The game's free. I don't know what else you want me to say about that. It's a free game. You can literally just download it for free. The general premise, you play as a stuffed sheep that is essentially in a garbage pile underground, and you're resurrected by some unknown entity, and you basically are exploring an ancient civilization underground that was found by like a private corporation, and then they like released a evil entity into the world. It's not super specific on plot, but we'll get into that in a minute. But it's still a pretty fun game. Playstyle wise, it's a platformer. It's a 2D platformer game, nothing too crazy. But you get different abilities as you play, and you have to use these abilities to kind of find your way around and get to where you need to go. Length of the gameplay, it's about an hour and 20 minutes. I found all the audio tapes, and I only missed about 2 vinyls, I believe. So if you want to find everything, it's probably like an hour and a half of gameplay, maybe a little bit longer. So it's not a ton of time, but it's also a free game. So you don't have to pay anything for it. I would argue off rip, that's pretty good. But yeah. So now the general overview is done, let's get into the specific ratings of the video. Alright, so for the specific ratings of the video, we'll be breaking it down into several different categories. To start, we're going to start with the music. The music, I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. It's pretty great music, it's well choreographed. The boss scene music is awesome, especially the ending scene also has really great music. And also what's nice is it's free to listen to on Spotify. The music is all on Spotify. I believe you can buy the music on Steam for $10 as well if you want to buy the actual, rights to it, I think. But you can listen to it on Spotify. So if you have Spotify, if you want to actually listen to music and see if you like it for yourself, you can check it out. Just look up the name of the game, and there you go. So the music itself is about an 8 out of 10. Pretty good. Pretty good. Gameplay itself, I'd say about a 7 out of 10. It's fun and creative. The abilities that you get are actually pretty cool. I like them a lot. You get like a double jump ability, which is pretty common in platformers. But then you also get like a run ability that you keep running at maximum speed until you hit a wall of some kind. And then you also get like this like phase ability where like you kind of turn into this like ball of light for a few seconds. And then you can like basically fly in the air for a few seconds and go to higher grounds. So it's all pretty interesting abilities. And the one reason why it's not higher than a 7 is because it also is a very short game. So it's also very surface level. There's not a whole lot of like puzzle solving with your abilities. I had one instance in the whole game where it took me more than 5 seconds to see what I needed to do. And I was just being stupid and I forgot I had one of the abilities. So you're not actually really doing a whole lot of puzzle solving. It's just more of like timing your jumps correctly. So I think when they make their next game, if it is another platformer, that's something that they'll want to add more of, is more like puzzle solving with the abilities. But for a free game, being as short as it is, they did a pretty good job with the gameplay. Especially if they improve it a lot more with the next game they make, hopefully. For the plot, I'm going to give it about a 5 out of 10. I know that seems kind of low. It's not necessarily a bad plot or bad idea. They have a really hard time conveying it because you only get a few audio tapes and half of them are just people running from the monster. And then there's some letters showing that, like, you know, the investors were like rushing them to dig up the city faster, and that's what unleashed the entity, I believe. But we don't know a ton about the storyline, like what happened in this ancient civilization, or how the company found this civilization, or like what the entity even is. So I would love to see more elaboration on that, but I do believe that, obviously, because it's their first game and it's a free game, I do believe that if they make another game and they actually even like charge people for it, I think they could really make a pretty banger of a plot. So although I'm giving it a 5 out of 10, that's solely because there wasn't enough time in the game to actually really have a plot. I do think that if they make a game that's related to this, or like a sequel or something like that, that's much longer and they charge for it, I think they could make a really kick-ass plot. I do think it could be really, really good and really fun. So although the plot's a 5 out of 10, don't take that as in the game's bad. Take that as in there wasn't time to really do anything with what they had, or what they chose to go with, I should say. And lastly, there is the graphics of the game. The graphics is a 9 out of 10. I mean, you guys can see the graphics behind me in the video. It has pretty good graphics, and they're really good looking. There are moments in the game where you're like, basically, it's mainly just a visual look, where you're just timing jumps while you're sprinting, and it looks beautiful. So it's a great looking game. And the nice thing about it is, according to all the reviews I read, it works well on weaker computers. So if you have a worse computer, like a pretty bad computer, and you're worried about it running, most people said it ran pretty well. I played it on high settings, which is the highest I could put it. My PC's pretty decent though. I have a 2080 Super, so it's decent. If not pretty good. So it can easily run it though without any problems. So I would assume that if like you lagged at all, you could just lower the setting a little bit and you'd be good to go. I think it could pretty much run on almost every computer in my opinion, probably even laptops in some respects. So overall, graphics 9 out of 10, and it's not intensive on computers, so that's pretty good overall. And now the last thing we have to move on to is the final grade and final thoughts on the game. All right, to end off the video, I'm gonna give this game an overall rating of about an 8 out of 10. I thought it was super fun. It was super cute, had great music and great graphics. I think the main problem with the game was just the time constraints. I think if he had more time to develop the game and to give it more of a plot and to have more like challenging puzzles to use with your abilities, I think this would have been like a 9 out of 10 platformer. Like, it would have been super good. It would have been, I easily would have paid, you know, 20, 30, 40 bucks for it, depending on how long it was. So I thought it was an incredibly fun game, and it's free, which means that literally anybody can play it. If you own a laptop, you can play it. It functions on every laptop pretty much. It's great. It is super fun. It was super enjoyable. I personally loved it. I would 1000% recommend Anybody who has Steam, who has a computer that functions, that has, you know, anything that's not Windows 97, I would play it. It's free and it's an hour long. And if you want something fun to do, like if you're looking for something fun, it's a fun playthrough. It's super cute and enjoyable. And I'm extremely excited to what Mr. Suicide Sheep does next, because if he continues to making games, and he actually starts making longer games, I would pay money for him. I would 100% pay money for his games if he makes, you know, longer games and he actually charges for them. But yeah, I think he's incredibly talented, and I'm looking forward to what comes next. And that about does it for the video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm currently playing Undertale right now on stream, so if you want to come check that out, live after 5 p.m. every day. Sometimes it's Undertale, sometimes it's like 7 Days to Die, Valorant, just depends on the day. You can also join the Discord, check it out. I always will announce when I'm going live, or at least the Discord will announce when I'm going live, and so you can see if I am playing Undertale, and come check it out if you want to see that, or if you like 7 Days to Die content, which is what a lot of people subbed for, because that was kind of what got me a lot of my subs. So, playing Undead Legacy right now in 7 Days to Die. If you want to see any of that, check out the stream. Live on Twitch, after 5, link in description. Join the Discord, link in description. Subscribe, notification bell. Y'all already know what I'm saying. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.